class, and then the result is what we're talking to, these amazing students. So, Carmen, tell me a little bit about your experience as a student in the flipped class.
For me, flipped classroom is very important because I have the chance to see the videos at home and then do exercise in class, so I can understand everything clear, and I can speak with my classmates about the exercises during the lesson.
So tell me more about that. You said you get to talk with your classmates. Why do you think that that's important?
Because if, for example, I don't understand one exercise, I have the chance to ask one of them, and they can explain it to me.
Now, would somebody else, Laura or Jerry,
what to do and how to do it? So I don't know. We share opinions. We explain to ourselves what we did, and that's how we do the exercise afterwards.
well, what, couldn't you just do that at home though? I mean, you know, that's what I used to do when I was a kid. I just call up my friend and we'd study together.
Okay, I don't really think so, because we have a lot of subjects too, and it's like we have to do that in class. I mean, that's like the flipped classroom. We do exercise in class, not at home, and we don't have to be meeting up to do the exercise, but we do it for like a full group of 4 people, and we are sharing the exercise all together. I don't know, I find it more, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, clearly, the fact that you're all in the same place at the same time during that class period allows for more opportunities for you to collaborate with your peers, and also, of course, to get help from your teacher. So, Agnes, can you tell us a little bit about your experience in the flipped classroom? What's the biggest benefit that you've seen?
Well, in my case, I sometimes don't understand really well the explanation of the teacher at class. So I stay calm because I know that when I get home I can watch again the explanation, and I can be sure that I'm going to understand that.
So you're spending time watching these videos at home, but I kind of get a feeling, would you actually watch them? I mean, apparently you are, but do all the kids watch your the teacher's videos?
Yes, I think all of the students in our class watch them, even if they don't have doubts, but also to repeat the explanation sometimes, and to make sure they know what they are learning.
So, John, can you tell us a bit about the videos and your experience in watching the videos at home?
Well, I like too much watching the videos at home, because in class I can ask to the teacher a lot of doubts, because I have a lot of them, and when I'm at home, I like to answer them in Edpuzzle. That is another way to watch the videos, and it is so easy to understand what I'm doing when I'm watching the videos.
Tell me more about that Edpuzzle thing. What does that do? What is that experience from your perspective?
Okay, it is already said, I don't know, it's like a platform. It's so simple to come in, and you just have to watch the video that the teacher put, and then you have to answer what he's asking you.
Yeah, so listeners, some maybe know this, but Edpuzzle, what it does is the video is uploaded to a site. The teacher then inserts questions, and the student then responds to the questions. The teacher then knows who watched the video, and also the responses to the question. But I guess for John, what I'd like to know is, how does you answering the questions inside, as the video pauses every few minutes or seconds or whatever, how does that help you?
I can evaluate myself. I know what I'm doing well or bad, so I can do exercises by my own at home, and that's it.
Yeah. So you're finding it's helpful for you to get that instant feedback about whether you got the question right or wrong, and it helps you when you come back to class the next day to really, be more successful.
Yes.
That's great. So what do you think are some weaknesses? I mean, what are some problems with flipped classroom? If you could make this flipped classroom that you're in better, what would you do?
I don't think that there are many problems, but one of the only things is that the videos are great, but the thing is that's not the same to have your teacher. I mean, the video is great to understand the explanation and everything, but if you have doubts, you just like need to hold the doubts and then ask your teacher when you see him again on Monday, if you're on weekend, or the next day you have lessons.
And do you do that? I mean, that's I always hear this. People say, oh, but the kids can't raise their hands and ask questions from teachers who are like doubting flipped classroom. But you're doing that?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I do it because I understand the explanation, but there's some points of maybe the process of what he did that I do not quite get. So yeah, that's basically the problem.
So do you guys feel that more teachers should flip their classrooms? Or maybe you're in lots of classes of flipped classrooms? Or what do you think teachers should do? Because most of the people listening to this are a bunch of teachers. Some they're flipping their classrooms, and some of them are like, I don't know, it seems like a crazy idea. Why would I do that? What recommendations do you have for teachers who are interested in flipping their class?
Okay, I think that the first thing is that this is a way of making the class more entertaining and easier for the students. So it is not just putting a lot of theory in a video, but to be more entertaining and at the same time as helpful that it's just doing a normal class.
That's a great thought. Anybody else?
Yes, I will encourage teachers to do it as well, because it really helps. It does help, and I agree with it, and I have tested, and I do really recommend people and teachers to try this method.
Yeah, and if you're sick or you miss class one day, it's a very good way to like don't miss and catch up the explanation.
That's great. So, any last words you have for the teachers listening on the other end of this show?
I think all the teachers should do this, and to help their students, it's a great way to help them. So,
And it might be a hard work at first. I really believe that, but then afterwards you will really see the results.
And if you need some feedback, just don't be shy and ask your students, because they will be your best feedback that you can get.
That is awesome. It's so good to hear from student voices in the flipped classroom, to see that it really is working. So those of you out there, guys, listen to these kids. They're saying, yes, indeed, they want more of their teachers to flip their classroom. That's important to do it well, so I encourage you to make sure that you learn how to flip your classroom well. Go to our website, flglobal.org, maybe take the certification course so that you can flip your class well, and you can have happy students like Juan Francisco students are happy. So guys, it's been great having you on the show. I totally appreciate the time that you've taken to spend with us.
thank you so much.
This has been John.
Oops, sorry, go ahead, John.
This has been John Bergmann with Flipped Learning Worldwide. Follow me on Twitter at John Bergmann. Remember, John has no H, Bergmann has 2 N's. We'll talk on the flip side.
Okay, great, guys. That was great. We
You guys were perfect.
Thank you.
I'm having a hard time with your photo, so I was wondering if you could put yourself back on on
Video, yes.
on visual, and see if I can do a screen. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try. Okay.
Okay.